Hey folks, welcome back to the Edupedia world, and I am Abhinay Gupta. And today again we are continuing with the Securities and Exchange Board of India, right? Which is now henceforth will be termed as the SEBI Act. Now we move on to the next section, which is a small section although covers up the entire sheet, which is term of office and condition of service of chairman and members of the board. Right, so this chairman and these members, right, either by RBI or by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs or whosoever are appointing them, right, now we need to see what are their terms of office, right, for how long are they actually supposed to be in office. So generally they are supposed to be in office for 3 years, right, that is the period given to them. But again, there is reappointment, there is removal and a lot of things in place, right. So let us see in detail as to what are the exact permutations and combinations of the terms of office and the conditions of the service of the chairman and the member of the board. So terms as per rules which are prescribed under the Act. So the term is decided by the rule, and rule says it is 3 years as of now. The rule may change, the rule may get amended, and hence the term may also get amended according to the rule. But what the Act says is let us leave an open position, right? So instead of jotting down the exact time frame, what they said is whatever is prescribed in the rule, because amending the rule is easier than amending an act. So the central government has right to terminate services of chairman and other member by giving 3 months notice. Yes. Now see what happens. There's a member, right? Either I appointed the chairman or I appointed any other member, full-time, part-time, whatever it is. And now central government thinks that they need to remove 1 or 2 members from that board. So the notice period, like you have in your corporates as well, that when you leave, you have a 3 months notice period. So over here, when they leave also, they'll have 3 months notice period. Instead, when CG terminates them also, they will have to serve a 3 months notice period. Right? So CG would give them in writing or give them a termination letter that okay, we're terminating your office, or in writing that okay, we expect you to vacate the office on so and so date. So please wind up all your tasks, all your documents or your backup and hand it over to somebody, and then please vacate the office. Similarly, even they have the right to relinquish the office. It is not just because they're nominated they have to be there, right? If someone of them does not feel like being in that place, they can at any point of time decide to relinquish the office, means vacate or leave the office. But again, for the same thing, they have to serve a 3 months notice. Right? So they'll write to the central government, they'll drop their resignation, serve for 3 months, give the backup, sort out everything, and then you can leave the office. The chairman and the whole-time member may hold office for a period of 3 years till the age of 65. So what the rules prescribe is that they will be in the office for 3 years, as I have already told you. Right? But to the maximum ceiling limit of your age is 65. So when you are appointed as a whole-time member, but this is only for the whole-time people. If you're part-time, then this age limit does not exist for you, right? So chairman and the whole-time member may hold office for a period of 3 years. So today, if I appoint you for next 3 years, you will be there in the board, right? We won't make reappointment or shift very frequent. Okay? Why? Again, because it is an important position over there. So by the time you take the position and you understand things and start working, if your rotation comes in place, then it is difficult for SEBI to manage, right? When you are shifting from companies to companies, every year if you rotate, it's not a challenge because again you're shifting from one company to another. Your base is shifting and the company is shifting. The task more or less remains the same. But when you're in SEBI, the task does not remain the same, right? You will take some time to adapt to it. And the other person coming in will also take some time to adapt to it. So every year they cannot go ahead with a lot of disturbances in the operation. And they can be reappointed by CG as well. So today if you complete your tenure of 3 years, right, and CG thinks that okay, in the past 3 years everything has gone well and this person who has been in that position has managed the position really well. So what CG does, CG gives you another set of 3 years. They're okay, past 3 years are good, take more 3 years, take more 3 years. So these 3 years can be extended. But you cannot say okay, instead of 3 this time I'll appoint you for 4 years. No. What the Act says that they'll be appointed as per the period prescribed by the rules, and rules as of now they say 3 years. Last point from this is part-time member can hold office for a maximum 3 years and no age limit. When they say part-time member can hold office for maximum 3 years, what do you understand by that? Did you see the term maximum used for the full-time members? It just says that they'll be there for 3 years. If they're not there, they can leave the office. They can also be reappointed for next term. But if you're part-time, the maximum tenure is 3 years and then it's over. Right? But you have no age limit, because when you're part-time, you don't have to come to office daily. You're doing whatever you're doing and then you spend some of your time over here just to give your valuable inputs. So even if you're over 65 years of age, you sit back at home and just give a valuable input. That is why we have appointed you. That is why we have given you a part-time position instead of a full-time thing. Right? Before going to the removal, I wanted to give you an example. So what happens actually is, if central government at any point of time wants to remove a member immediately, they can do so. They can do so. And what do they do for that? The 3 months, the remaining 3 months pay that they should be receiving, they'll give it to them. But okay, if I give you a notice today to vacate, you will vacate in the next 3 months, right? You will do some task in next 3 months, you will do your handover and you will receive the remuneration for 3 months. Do one thing, take this remuneration. We don't want any of your task. Leave your documents, leave your backup over here and vacate the office. And that can be done. But do you imagine a situation when that will be done? To be very clear, yeah, it will be done when the government changes. So from Congress you get to BJP, from BJP to Congress, whatever changes, right? None of the government will allow the previous government officials to hold the office, because SEBI is a very important position. SEBI directs the entire stock exchange, right? So they will not want the personnel who have been part of the previous government to be there on the board of SEBI. So these are certain situations where it's an overnight flip. Please vacate the office, take your money for the next 3 months and hand over the position to my people. So the act also opens a space for that if you want to remove somebody on an urgent basis, you can do that. Just pay him the next 3 months remuneration. Even they know, right? Governments change and nobody will let the previous person stay. Right. In the next lecture, by that time, we'll complete a removal of members of the board. Section 6. So I'll see you guys back in the next lecture. Until then, thank you and bye-bye. Hope to see you there. Bye.